A small-town detective is forced to re-examine her own past after a young transgender person vanishes. It's the plot of a new drama called Bellevue. I spoke with Oscar winner Anna Paquin, who's both the star and the executive producer of the show.
It's Jesse. Took work. Paint still fresh.
It's a message.
Anna, your character is fascinating. She has no boundaries, and that's professional or personal. How do you prepare for a role like that?
You know, I was so enthralled by the entire crazy and sort of codependent and reckless and passionate world that is Annie Ryder and Bellevue from page one of the script that really, I mean, from the time that I read the first script to the time that we actually were on set, which was probably a few months, I hadn't stopped thinking about her or thinking about that world, and had been in so many discussions with our writer, Jane Maggs, and co-creator and director, Adrian Mitchell, that it was sort of, the prep was already kind of happening even without me really thinking about it in a sort of structured way. It was one of those ones I just couldn't stop thinking about.
It takes place in a rural small town. What kind of research did you do to prepare for that? Because in True Blood, that also took place in a very different small town. Do you think it mirrors the intimacy of what it's like to live in a rural small area?
I think there's a really, universality to the small town in any country, anytime, any place, as far as the way communities are when there's no privacy and there's no secrets and there's no getting to recreate yourself ever, because people know exactly where you are, where you came from, who your parents are, where you fit in, and the sort of, I think there's probably a safety and an intimacy to that, but also a sort of claustrophobia, which is certainly how Annie feels about that small town.
You're such a talented actor, and you portray very strong female leads. When you played Suki Stackhouse in True Blood, it was one of the first times that I've ever seen a TV version of a character and felt like the actor nailed it. Do you miss playing her?
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Do I miss it? There's a lot I miss about it, but also, I feel like 7 years was an extraordinary amount of time to get to play that character and live in that world. I'm not sure if we had any more stories to tell from in that sort of context, but it was such a tight-knit cast and crew and sort of family, and we're all still very, very close. So we all sort of miss working together, but we're all still in each other's lives, so it's kind of you get to keep the best things about it, which is the people.
What's it like being the executive producer of the show that you star in?
Having more of a voice in the creative collaboration and in the process has felt like a very natural evolution, and with a character that takes up as much of the screen time as Annie does, getting to be officially part of that process, I think felt very sort of natural for all of us.
You can catch Bellevue Tuesday nights on WGN.